Yo, I wanted to do a little video for, if nothing else, my friends that are getting into bow hunting or people in general that are getting into bow hunting. If you've not noticed, and I'm sure you have, you've seen people recently switch into handheld releases like so with either a thumb button or a hinge release. If you don't know what that is, that is the trigger right there, and it doesn't take much to make it go off. A hinge release works on a sear. You have to pivot it before it will go off. Look into it, you'll figure it out pretty quickly. Anything but the whole thing with the trigger finger release options. And there's nothing wrong with those. There's a lot of people all around the world winning tons of money shooting professionally with trigger releases or index finger releases. But one thing they're not doing is punching them. If you ever see anybody go bang, ha, try to break yourself of doing that, like, as best you can. Like, just be cognizant of it, and when you're out practicing, maybe try to not do it, because you will notice huge improvements if you can just learn to either squeeze slow, just like a rifle, with your index finger release, or if you're trying something like this, maybe you're new to it, pulling through the shot. I see guys on TV, even guys that are making good money, with tons of sponsors on TV, drawing back with these releases and going, thumbs hanging out here in left field, just cock locking, ready to rock, and then that deer comes walking along, bam, and that hand doesn't go anywhere. They go boom. If you're really pulling through the shot, your hand's it's gonna come back. Your stuff's gonna move. Your bow's gonna jump maybe forward. Your hand's gonna come back a little bit because it's pulling tension into the back wall. If you see a guy in there on TV or wherever, boom, and nothing happens, or just rock solid, that's because they triggered it themselves. They caught the bow because they knew the shot was coming ahead of time, and it just you're not getting the benefit of having one of these kind of releases. The thumb button thing is not like, people have trigger fingers, not trigger thumbs, so it makes it harder it makes it harder or easier to resist the urge to punch the trigger. So the idea is to just wrap your thumb around it, get a good bite on the peg, and then pull through. That's all. Not one of those. Maybe I don't even know if I can duplicate that comfortably. Because I grew up literally years, more than 4/5 of my years of shooting a bow, I was punching releases left and right. But if you can break that, I swear to you, it'll be detrimental, like big changes. And I'm not even joking you. When you draw back, and I don't care if I'm at like 15 yards right now, but when you just relax your hand, get a good bite on it, settle that pin and pull, it feels good. It feels freaking awesome when you get a good release, like a genuine surprise release to go off. And maybe that's going to be hard, because right now if you're command shooting, you might be doing the standard, come up from the bottom to the pin and boom, try to time it, or drop down from the top, cross the dot, boom, and try to time it. This will teach you to try to settle onto the dot and hold there until the shot goes off. And a lot of people will be like, well, I ain't got time for that. I'm deer hunting, man. You only get one split second. Well, you don't have to shoot all the time. If the shot just ain't there and you gotta rush it, maybe it's best you don't take the damn thing. You kind of owe it to the deer to make the best shot you can. I understand when you got buck fever and stuff, big old fork horns walking around like in California, and you're just winging arrows left and right. Like, stuff happens. You don't make the best decision. But if you can help it, buy yourself a little bit more time, and the more you practice doing it, the more time you won't need. Again, it can be done with trigger releases. When people shoot rifles, you squeeze slow. You don't want to know the gun's going off, because people flinch with big rifles. They flinch. You see it when you know, people play pranks on them and they don't load the gun. They flinch real bad, and that will screw your shot up downrange drastically. Same thing with a bow. Um, you can watch. I watched myself. That's how I kind of figured out that I had a problem, because I was shooting with the open hand like everybody talked about doing, and I had an index trigger release. And my hand was all nice and open, and I was slowing it down to watch my arrow in slow motion and everything. And I realized when I slapped that trigger, I was closing my hand because I knew it was coming. And you don't want to do that. You're not gaining anything. You know, you might as well leave your hand closed. It's just little things like that that will tighten your groups up. If you're trying to hit a pie plate at 20, 30, 40 yards, and that's good enough, then don't even listen. But I mean, if you're trying to be the best you can, strive for that shot. It's just like a good golf swing, or when you really connect with a baseball and a bat or whatever. Like, it just feels good. And once you get that, man, you're going to want to do it again. You'll shoot longer, your life will be better, your wife will be happier. Life will come full circle. You'll slap arrows together. It costs you a lot of money, but it'll be okay. You'll live through it. Anyway, just pay attention to that kind of stuff. If you've got a wrist strap release, just either put your finger on the trigger and pull into the back wall a little further, and your trigger will pull it. Your finger will pull the trigger for you, and your arm will come back. This is the release. You know, the shot will be a surprise, but that's good. It won't give you any time to screw the shot up downrange, because as soon as this goes off, you're now only holding your bow with your left hand. So any kind of thing you got going on in this hand, but from the time this goes off to the time that arrow's off the string, if you have anything wrong with your form or whatever, that's going to show up, because now you're not still anymore. Holding it with two hands holds you still. When this lets go, you got it all here. And if you can keep from going, oh God, you know, that will be big. So shoot with an open hand, with a wrist strap, a finger sling, whatever you got to do to just get comfortable with doing it. It's kind of scary at first, but you'll know the feeling when it happens. It'll just be like, damn, that was it. That's what I was looking for. And you'll want to do it again, and you probably will. And you'll be a better archer for it. So until next time.